We'll start off with making the soup for our dinner. I have washed and soaked 1 pound of dried chickpeas overnight with some salt. They are ready to be cooked. I'll turn the heat on and we'll cook the chickpeas for about 2 hours until tender. I have cooked about 6 lamb shanks last night with 2 large onions and some dried lemons, which is called nomi basra. I cooked this last night. The reason why I do that, because I like to leave it in the refrigerator, and then the next day we'll skim off all this fat that rises to the top. We'll try to make it as healthy as possible. It's so easy to skim all the fats out when it's cold. And then we'll turn the heat on and let it finish cooking for about half an hour maybe until it's tender. I'm using lamb tripe today. I like using the lamb tripe because it's nice and thin, it cooks faster, and it's always so easy to clean. What I did is I washed it real good with cold water, and I'll try to scrape any pieces of fat that's on it as much as we can. It's kind of hard to pick all the pieces, but we'll try as much as we can to pick up all the fat from our tripe. It looks nice and clean. Then we'll cut it into small pieces. It's like about 6 to 8 inches. Cutting the sizes, it depends on how large you want the pieces. I like to use them like smaller kinda. If you want to go get another piece, I think it's nice, you can. We'll cut this one. Try to get all the fat out that's left on the tripe as much as we can. Making pacha, it's a long process. It takes a lot of work and many hours, but this is something that you don't make all the time. You only make it for special occasions and for the holidays. So it will be worth it. And everyone will appreciate the amount of time that you use to prepare it. This looks good. And then what I would do is I'll add some lemon juice and some slices of lemon in between. This will help get rid of all the smell and all what was in it. So we'll leave this for about an hour, let it soak in the lemon and the lemon slices. cover it and let it sit for 1 hour. The pieces of tripe were sitting in the lemon juice for about an hour, so we'll wash them thoroughly with cold water. Look nice and clean, and it's all so white and it smells so good. Make sure you wash them with cold water because we don't want to pre-cook the tripe. Okay, try to get all the water out. And then to this, I will add some flour and some salt. Mix it real good. Make sure everything is coated with the flour mixture, flour and salt. This will help remove all the lemon juice that stays in there. And again, we'll wash tripes from all the flour. Now we are ready to sew the tripe pieces. I'm using a cotton kitchen thread. Want to make sure it's strong enough. So what I would do is, everything gets nice and dry. I'll put 2 sides together and I will start sewing. Pacha is traditional in the Middle East, especially in Iraq. People make pacha when they have special guests coming over or for special occasions or the holidays. It takes a long time to make pacha. It's a long process and it's very, very filling, and it has overwhelming taste to it. What we will do is we will leave an opening about this much for filling the pacha. So we're only gonna sew this much and we'll finish it after we stuff it with our stuffing that we're gonna make in a few minutes. So this looks good. Set this on the side and we'll continue sewing the remaining pieces. The same thing. This looks good. You want to use white color thread because when using colored ones, they might bleed through and you will have different color of tripe. So white thread will be the safest one to use. And it's much easier preparing the lamb one than the beef one. Beef one is skin is much thicker, and it's much harder even to sew the pieces together. This looks good. Now we will prepare the stuffing for the tripe. I have a nice lean piece of beef. It's top round. I'll mince the meat. You can use lamb if you want, but I like to use beef for the stuffing. This is real easy stuffing to prepare. This is about 3 pounds of meat. You can prepare this a day before if you like. If you don't want to mince the meat, you can just use coarsely ground meat. I have 2 cups of long grain rice. Wash it with cold water. Two, 3 times. Always wash the rice with cold water. We don't want to break any grains. The water looks clear. We'll drain all the water. Now I'll add some salt. Some mixed spices, mixed baharat. You want to season it real good, and you can put more or less according on how much you like it to be spicy. Some black pepper, and I'll add the washed rice. You can about 1 to 2 cloves of minced garlic to the stuffing. It's optional, you don't have to, but you can if you want to. Mix everything nicely until it's all blended. Looks good. And now we are ready to stuff our tripe. We want to stuff them loosely, maybe about halfway through, because they will expand when cooking. Half to 2/3 full. We don't want to overstuff them. Set them on the side. You can prepare this whole step a day before, and then the next day when you're ready to cook it, it will be all ready for you. Now we're gonna sew the opening that we had for stuffing the tripe. Skewer the thread. And then we'll distribute the stuffing inside evenly. And this is ready to be cooked. It's traditional for family members and friends and neighbors to get together and make this meal because it takes a long time and gives them good time to catch up and talk about things, about family, about friends. You'll see there are no pieces that they are alike because of the shape of the tripe. Each one is different. This one is a long rectangular, this is a triangle, this is an oval shape, so you will not see two pieces that they are alike. Then we have one last one. So all done. Now we'll fill our pot with water to cover the whole thing. Make sure all the pieces are covered with water. And this will go on the stove. We'll check on our chickpeas. Looks real good. Look how plump they are, and they look real good. I'll try one of them. They're nice and soft. They cook through. We'll turn it off. And we'll remove the pot on the side. Now we'll place our tripe pieces. We'll bring it to a boil. Once it comes to a boil, we will pour the water off, and then we'll use new water, and then we'll cook it until it's tender for about maybe hour to 2 hours. Okay, now it's coming to a boil. I will remove all the pieces. Out from this cooking liquid, we will have brand new liquid to cook the tripes with. Smells real good already. Smell the spices. Okay, one more. Now we will pour this water in the sink. Rinse the pot. And pour it back in here. Fill the pot with water to cover all the pieces. And this will go on the stove to finish cooking. And we'll cook it for another 30 minutes. Now we are ready to serve our dish. I have pieces of tripe in there. I have my lamb shank. You see the bones are coming out of the meat. It's really nice and tender.